if I can get this right, shoulder surgery this morning. It was supposed to at 8 o'clock. They postponed it till 12, so he will not get to join us. And he was going to talk a good bit about Smackover. He keeps up with the Buckaroos as a former quarterback. And, Brandon, we hope that everything keeps going good. And he has agreed to join us later on down the season and do a game or two with us. But, Craig, let's go back and talk about Junction City a minute. And let's start with the offense. Coach Carpenter has many weapons to choose from. One of them is JaQuince Dancy. You've seen a lot of Junction City running backs, a lot of great ones. Tell us what you think about JaQuince.
Well, JaQuince, he's a great running back. And like you just said, there's been many good running back in the last 15, 16 years that's come through Coach Hartman's program. It seems like every year just another one comes up, takes the one that just graduated his place, and JaQuince is a good example of that. He's a Division I recruit. I fully believe he's verbally committed to Louisiana Tech, but I think he can play somewhere else. Time will tell. Look for him to have a great night tonight and all season long. He'll definitely be a key for the Smackover defense to try to stop. But Wayne, he's not the only one. There's more than JaQuince Dancy to this offense.
And that is very true. Let's go to a guy right now that I will tell you, folks, I have seen some guys fly to the football for Junction City over the years, but no one flies like what I call the border town flyer, Mr. Josh Armstrong. Last year, when he touched the ball, whether through a pass reception or rush, he averaged 20 yards a play. Now, keep in mind, he had a couple interceptions that he returned and a couple fumble recovery. Anytime he touched the ball, he was 20 yards to the positive for Junction City. You got him back and JaQuince up. Another weapon, and talk about this guy a little bit. The Razorbacks, he's verbally committed to them, Jamario Bell.
Yeah, Wayne, Jamario, just looking at him, I mean, he's an outstanding looking athlete. He has size, he's got quickness, he's got moves, and he's, 6'6". He's hard for the defense to match up. You know, they can throw that ball up and he can go up there and get it, like rebounding for basketball. He's like JaQuince, he's another weapon, and he is going to be a Razorback. That's outstanding. Can't hardly wait to see him in the red and white, but we want to see him for the rest of this season as a Junction City Dragon and then see how the season plays out for him.
And speaking of Mr. Bell, he is on the verge, as is JaQuince Dancy, of breaking several school records. Bell right now is second in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. I don't have the exact numbers yet, how much more he needs. I can tell you this, he's about 3 touchdowns away from having a school record in that. He already owns all the records for a tight end in Junction City history. Now, what we're talking about now is overall receiving records. But that's not the only weapon the Dragons have. We talked about Mr. Armstrong, Mr. Dancy, and Mr. Bell. Let's talk about Keandre Evans, another guy that can fly. So with Coach Carpenter having all these weapons, you're like, okay, they're loaded. We got one more. You've seen a lot of Junction City quarterbacks, Craig. Talk about Randall Holyfield.
Well, it's amazing. Anybody knows anything about Junction City football, and we start talking about a passing game, 5 years ago, you'd laugh when you say passing at Junction City. That's not the case anymore. They'll spread the ball out, and they just as soon throw it as they had run the football. Not to say that they can't run it, because they will. But now they're a two-dimensional team. The pass is as big a part of the game as the running game is. And Shaquille has a chance to break all the records, and he will break all the records. And again, that's outstanding considering how Coach Carpenter has coached in the past. And it just shows you, hey, Coach Carpenter plays up to the talent he has. He's not stuck in a rut and doesn't stick to one thing. He plays according to what talent he has, and it's exciting to watch, Wayne, especially for Junction City football. It's totally different than it used to be, and it's exciting.
And that is something that is so true. It is totally different, because I can remember 2012 in the preseason, when they went into two-a-days and all that, Coach Carpenter told me, said, this year I got to throw the ball. I've heard him say this before, and then I'd say something to him as the season go along. I'd say, well, Coach said you're going to throw the ball. Oh, man, we're throwing it a lot in practice. That was his joke, always. We're throwing plenty in practice. But it started with Shaquille Hunter. Backing him up was a sophomore by the name of Randall Holyfield. Last year, Jacob was doing a couple games with us, and he mentioned, I watched him on film. I watched him a couple games, doing them. He said, Randall is getting more and more comfortable in this offense. He's beginning to run it like Shaquille did the year before, and that was last year. By the end of the season, you saw what happened in Little Rock. Coach Carpenter, I said something to him about the observation Jacob made. He said, just wait till next year. In the off season leading up to this year, he said Randall has had some of the best workouts and practices he's ever seen a quarterback have. Saying all that, there's the possibility if they throw like they did last year, he might become the first Dragon quarterback to ever pass for 2,000 yards in a season. Did you ever think we would make a statement like that?
No, 2,000 yards passing. When you talk about Junction City football, you would think it'd take 6 or 7 years to get that many yards passing, but not anymore. And it's exciting. You know, I love a team that can mix it up. And again, they're not all pass, they're not all run. They can mix it up, and that's what makes it so exciting, and that's what makes it so tough on opposing defenses. Randall Holyfield last year in the playoffs did not look like a junior quarterback. He looked like a senior, seasoned veteran that had 2 full years under his belt. So expect a lot of him from this year. Can't wait to see him.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly. The way he looked let's just say during the playoff run, the way he looked then was unbelievable. And you're hoping that, all the good that went on during the off season, everything, all the good workout stuff, that everything pays off this year. Opening up with Smackover. That's a team that you and I have eyeballed many times the Dragons play. What are some of your memories of the Junction City Smackover series?
Anytime you think about Junction City Smackover, it doesn't have to be football. It can be basketball. It can be baseball. Whatever it is, it's always competitive. It's always good. They're local. It brings a lot of talk between people at your job all over Union County. People, that's all they talk about. It's been amazing this week how much coverage this opening game has gotten in the El Dorado paper. I've loved it. I've loved reading every article. I can remember games with Coach Carpenter here. I can remember the late 90s. I can't remember what game it was. The game was at Smackover. It was a tight game. Petey Boone played for Smackover. Every time the PA announcer said something, it was Petey Boone this, Petey Boone that. I remember it went right down to the end of the game. They had a chance to go ahead and win the game, and Junction City knocked them out of bounds on the half-yard line, saved the game, and won the ball game. You might remember what year that was.
98.
98, I believe. That was
19-8.
That's when Junction began their run that they're on right now that they're not through with yet. That game right there started Junction City's run. It was an exciting game. There was lots of people there. Then I can't remember the exact year. It was early 2000. I can remember Ryan Henry picking up a fumble and seemed like he run 90-something yards for a touchdown. And I think it put the game away that year, too. Exciting game. Then I can remember in 05. It's a game where Smackover and Junction played at Smackover. Junction City had been very successful. Smackover had an outstanding team that year, and it was a standing room only crowd, and Smackover won that night. That game stands out vividly, I remember, and one reason because I had a son playing in that game. But anyway, it was an outstanding game, and enjoyed that. You can go back further to when I was in high school in 1980. It was a great game. I think you mentioned something about that in one of your articles you wrote in the paper. I believe it was today, or on the school website. You had mentioned that game. I remember that game. Like I said, I was in high school then. Great game. So you can go back for years, and the Junction City Smackover game brings back great memories for a lot of people.
And the 1980 game, I remember I'll never forget, they had Bustle and Bugs, the fullback and I believe the tailback or halfback. Two guys that, when they come around the corner or went up the middle or whatever, they brought it with them. And that was a heck of a Smackover team. And that game, we got stopped like on the 1-inch line. Ended up losing 10-7. And, today I did the Carter Bryant show, and Steve Harrell, who is the voice of the Buckaroos, was on there. And we got to talking about what this game means to Smackover, what it really means to their program. And you brought up that 98 game, and I brought that up, and I told I told them on there that was a game that Coach Carpenter had pointed to and told our guys, if we want to start competing for a state title, we got to start competing for a conference title first. To do that, we have to beat Smackover. And, of course, Harmony Grove was in the conference then, and he challenged them. He said, these are the teams you got to beat. Well, beating Smackover that year, and then later on Harmony Grove that year, launched us in the 99 when we made a run at a state title. And like you said a while ago, we've been on this run ever since. Well, tonight, Coach Brian Strickland and the Buckaroos would love nothing more than to come down here and end a 27-game Dragon winning streak, which currently is the longest in the state. And if they can do that, then, Craig, that launches their program on toward maybe possibly a Class 3A title.
You're exactly right. This game for Smackover, there's lots of materials the coach can use for a pregame motivational talk that can get this team really fired up. Well, it's not a conference game. It really doesn't matter who wins or loses. It has no effect on their season other than bragging rights in Union County. But it's a great motivation. First of all, to end our winning streak. Nobody would rather do that than Smackover. Now that Smackover and Northwood are together, the Northwood community, they're tied with Smackover. Nothing they'd rather do than beat Junction City tonight. They're fired up about it. There's a chance now that they're going to get to follow a team all year long that will be in the playoffs come the end of the year. So there's a lot tied to this game, although it's not a conference game. So it's going to be exciting.
And Junction City, of course, Coach Carpenter, when he had a chance, there were opportunities to go elsewhere and play, but he had talked to Coach Strickland and said, if we can ever get together, let's play. And, of course, Coach Strickland had been pushing for it, and it all panned out, and here we are tonight. Since Coach Carpenter has been at Junction City, he has faced the Buckaroos 18 times. He's come out of it 13 times victorious. He has 13-5 record against Smackover. And as I mentioned in the lead-in, this is the 38th meeting between these two teams. Junction City leads the series 20-17. We are still about 29 minutes away from kickoff. And while we have a chance, let's talk about some of the sponsors and how things are shaping up for the Dragon Sports Network this year. You are listening to the pregame show. It is the McDonald's Grocery pregame show. And we're glad that Mr. Red Henry, who has done a lot for the Junction City School and Junction City Athletic Program, we are glad to have them on board. This, of course, like I said, is the McDonald's Grocery pregame show. At halftime, Union Kennel and Farm Supply is our sponsor of the halftime show. We, of course, are excited to have them on board. Post-game show belongs to El Dorado Chemical. And, of course, let me say it right now, the title sponsor, once again, El Dorado Chemical, we are thrilled to have them on board. Last year they came in and joined us, and this year they said, hey, we want in and give us the post-game show too. So to all the crew at El Dorado Chemical, a bunch of guys, of course, from the Junction City community that work there, thank you to the president of, or the plant manager of El Dorado Chemical, Mr. Greg Winthrop. Thank you for being the title sponsor once again. We have a scoring package deal this year. Every time the Dragons score, you're going to hear me talk about Mr. Leon and Miss Sherry Hines, Junction City Pharmacy. And Mr. Hines, another individual that has continuously supported the Junction City School and Junction City Athletic Department. We are glad to have them, but they're not the only ones. This year, folks, we're beginning to think we're big time. We know we're not. But Southern T-Shirt Company, Miss Marcy Williams-Price, they are our apparel sponsor this year. We will be wearing shirts and stuff that they supply for us. And, of course, they'll be doing T-shirts for the Junction City. I believe they are on board for the Junction City Athletic Department. Ricky the Rev Watts is our stat guy. And, as always, the Rev's going to put that Huddick high to work and give you some numbers to give us some numbers to tell you about. And we have a Inside the Numbers with the Rev. Farm Bureau, Mr. Ricky Wood is our sponsor for that. So during the broadcast this season, you'll hear us mentioning that, and we want to thank Mr. Ricky Wood for getting on board. Three Creeks Baptist Church. Craig, I'm going to let you handle that one. Talk to us about Three Creeks Baptist Church.
All right. Come be a part of what God is doing at Three Creeks Baptist Church, 8772 Haynesville Highway, Junction City, Arkansas. Sunday school's at 9, worship's at 10. Sunday evening, women and men discipleship training at 4:30, youth at 5. Wednesday night meal at 5 with Awana for kids, youth student ministry and worship, all at 6 p.m. For more information, visit us at threecreeksbaptist.com or call 870-863-9407.
STI Sims. They are Arkansas owned and operated. They've been that way since 2003. Once again, they are honored to sponsor Junction City Dragons Athletics and the Dragon Sports Network. For more information about STI Sims, visit them at stisims.com or contact them at 866-637-2696. That's STI Sims. Our kickoff this year, first opening kickoff and second half kickoff will be brought to you for the first couple of games by Kim's Hair Salon. You need to get that hair straightened out, or if you're a woman want to get your hair all fancied up, you may have a big date, husband may be taking you out to eat or whatever, go see my good friend Miss Kim Phelps at Kim's Hair Salon. First Financial Bank is proud to support this broadcast of Junction City football and their continual tradition of excellence. And we are, of course, thrilled to have First Financial Bank on board. They're an equal housing lender. You can visit them at the web, ffb1.com. Legacy Neurosurgery, Dr. Scott Schlesinger, for the best and least invasive treatment for back and neck pain. Contact Legacy Neurosurgery at legacyneuro.com. Great Lakes Solutions. Miss Patty Carden, thank you for joining us this year, getting Great Lakes Solutions involved with the Dragon Sports Network. We are thrilled to have them. Another company that is proud to be a part of the Union County football scene and the Junction City Dragons. Moosop. Max Tree Service, another proud sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network and Junction City football. We are thrilled to have all of them on board. And my good friend, Mayor Preston Rogers in the town of Junction City, Louisiana, also on board with us this year, and we are thrilled to have them. Junction City Smackover. Let's start with the Junction City offense. What do you want? What's one of the things you're going to be looking for tonight, Craig, on the Junction City offense? Something that'll tell you, hey, they're ready to get this going.
Hey, just no hesitation. Just running the plays like they know how to do. No confusion coming in on and off the field. Lining up and just doing what they know how to do, Wayne. Just smooth operation. Establish the run, get the pass game going, and just keep the chains moving, Wayne. Keep Smackover the offense off the football field. I think that's the key. Just keep moving the ball up and down the field and keep Smackover's offense on the sidelines. And
that is definitely something that we will definitely watch tonight. Get all the definitely's out of the way here. We will see tonight with Junction City defense can shut down the Buckaroo offense, get the Dragon offense back on the field, because Smackover, like Junction City, has a lot of weapons they can choose from. I don't know how familiar you are with them. Like I said, Brandon Moore was going to help us out on that, and he got delayed in Little Rock today. And like we mentioned earlier, we hope everything goes well with them.
I do know they have.
What do you know about the Buckaroos?
Well, I do know, as Junction City does, Smackover has a kid that will be a Razorback next year as well. I just drew a blank. Which one is that, Wayne?
Jordan Jones.
Jordan Jones, number 10. That's right. He is fast as lightning. Can't let him get in the open field one-on-one because he will flat out run. From what I understand about this kid, he is fast. Needs to be more than one kid on him. Keep the ball away from him. Not very often in AA, AAA football games do you have a contest where you have a SEC commitment on both teams. Wayne.
Hey, you got that right.
It's going to be a great night.
And talking about Jordan Jones, he is a wide receiver and on offense, free safety on defense. Craig, this kid is 6'3", 195, and like you said,
and fast.
He can fly. I believe Stephen, let me just say this, of course, your son Stephen, the head coach of the DeWitt Dragons, he had a guy up at he had taken up to the Arkansas camp when Jordan ran.
That's right.
The 4.3.
Right.
I believe it was a 4.32. He ran it. They got him to run again. I heard that's the way the story went, and he run another 4.32, and that's when
he was offered on the spot.
On the spot. That
right.
tells you, folks.
That tells you how fast he is.
That is SEC speed. Another weapon the Buckaroos have, and we're going to definitely keep an eye on this guy, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Craig, he is committed to UCA to play baseball, and that is Logan Clark, their quarterback.
He has committed. I think you're right. I think it is UCA, but I'm not 100% sure. But he has committed to play college baseball.
And can definitely throw the football, and that's where it gets interesting, because also the Buckaroos have, I believe, let me see if I can find them here on the list, and that is, they have another wide receiver, Elmore Hempstead. And this is another kid. He doesn't get as much publicity as Jones does, or even Logan Clark. But this is another guy that can fly, Elmo Hempstead. So with two guys like that out there, what do you see the Junction City defense doing to slow them down?
Hey, they got to play tight coverage and not let them get open in space, so they have to run them down. This defensive line is very important. They put lots and lots of pressure on the quarterback so he doesn't have time to sit back and let those guys run their patterns and get open. They need to keep the quarterback on his back all night long.
Now, we talked a good bit about Junction City offense, and we mentioned what Junction City defense needs to do. Of course, when you talk about Dragon defense, you start with Josh Armstrong, 195 tackles last year, and I believe it was either 14 or 15 tackles for losses. Also, 2-3 interceptions. Josh was one of the main leaders of the Dragon defense last year, but another guy, and talk about him a little bit, Coach Carpenter said he's going to be the anchor this year. He's going to be the nose guard. He is going to anchor this defense and make things happen. And the reason he's emphasizing that, he said that this year on the defensive line, depending on who they play and the situation, they will have different lineups on the defensive line. But Taylor Mason will be out there irregardless. Talk to us about Mr. Mason.
Mr. Mason is a man. He is a man up front. If they don't have a couple of people blocking him, the quarterback will be running for his life all night. They won't be running the ball up the middle. It's very important. He plays a great game. Smackover will have to be aware where he is on the field at all times. Again, the line better be ready because Mr. Mason will be coming.
And you brought up a good point there, being aware of him. Now, yes, he plays nose guard, but he also will, what they say, shade a little bit. Sometimes it may be just a shade to the right a little bit or to the left, but then sometimes he may slide them down even further. And you think, well, what's the big deal? Well, you're looking to create a mismatch on that offensive line.
That's right.
Disrupt the play. Maybe a team is settling into a certain play that's really helping. So Taylor, of course, they need a big game out of him. Now, another guy that really came on last year, especially as the season progressed, Will Smith.
That's right.
And Will last year, I know as the season progressed, he really started contributing more and more on the defense. But back to Taylor Mason real quick, another guy that had a solid year. I believe Taylor had 15 tackles for losses, 110 tackles overall, or 115, I can't remember, but he was over 110. He is looking at a couple colleges looking at him pretty hard and heavy, a couple D1s and D2s.
That's correct.
Jamario Bell, playing the 9-tech defensive end. Tell us about him defensively.
Hey, quarterback has to know where he's at. He is 6'6". When he stretches his arms up, hard to throw over him. It's going to be important that he puts pressure on the quarterback, and they're going to have Jamario Bell and Taylor Mason staring him down all night long. I hope it wears him down by the second half. I hope it wears him down to where their presence is in his mind, that he knows as soon as he snaps the ball, if he don't get rid of that football, they're going to be there. It's just the presence of them on the field, I think, in his mind. They get a couple of early sacks or get a couple of early knockdowns, it's going to be a good mind game.
And you talking about presence, knowing where they're at. That can also lead to that offsides quick jump. I got to get the jump on this guy. It also could lead to holding penalties. The disruption these two guys can cause.
And that's right. And there's also 9 other kids on that defense that if they're keying so much on Tyler Mason and Jamario Bell, that's just going to open it up for somebody else.
That's right. Right now, folks, we're going to have the prayer and then the alma mater. We're going to pause and just let all this take place, and then we'll be right back.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening, God. God, we ask for your blessing and your protection to be upon each player and fan and band and cheerleader, God. And God, we just ask among each one of us as we're here supporting and cheering for our teams that you would give us good sportsmanship, and those of us who are your children, you would show us how to live in a way and to cheer and root for our teams that would honor you through Jesus Christ. Thank you again for allowing us to be here, but most importantly, we thank you for Jesus Christ and the salvation you've given us through him. In his name and his power, amen.
Now the national anthem by Junction City High School Band.
That was the Junction City High School Band with the alma mater, and right now, with the national anthem, I believe. Here is the Smackover Band, and the reason we mention them, my neighbor, Mr. Alan Simmons, the director, and he's very excited about this group, so we're going to listen to them as they do the Smackover alma mater.
Junction City High School alma mater.
And now the Dragon Band, as you heard PA announcer Jerry Brewer announced them. And they will now do the school alma mater. I'm sorry.
I can't 6 feet.
Okay, that was the alma maters by both schools, the national anthem by the Dragon Band, and the prayer by the, help me out, Craig, preacher at Three Creeks.
That's Brother Mark Margus.
Mark Margus. Okay, we have talked about the defenses. We've talked about the offenses. Let's talk about a guy that here down the road pretty soon will have Hall of Fame in front of his name, or Hall of Famer, I should say. He has built this program from scratch and turned it into one of the elite in the state. And Craig, I'm going to let you go on and talk about this guy, Coach David Carpenter.
Man, it's just unbelievable that, what is this, his 18th season since he's been back, or overall?
I believe you're right, yes sir.
It's unbelievable that Junction City has been able to keep this guy for 18 years. He's an outstanding coach. When he got here, had his work cut out. Took a few years to get a program built. Once he got a weight program installed, once he got everybody on board with what he was trying to do, started in 1998, it took off, and it has not stopped yet. I'm proud to say that Junction City, that David Carpenter is the coach of the Junction City Dragons. He's built this program up. It's just unbelievable. He comes from a great coaching legacy. His daddy was Sporty Carpenter from Henderson State coach, and he played at Henderson State. Got into coaching as soon as he got out of college, and he's a coach that can relate to the kids. He's a great coach. The kids that come through this program will run through a brick wall for Coach Carpenter. They love him. They've bought into what he's doing. He knows that they know that he cares about them, and they'll play to the best of their ability. And he gets a lot out of kids. That a lot of kids give him 100% effort. They're not really great athletes, but it doesn't show. They work hard. They work hard in a weight room, and he's got it going on. And I'm just glad he's here, and I hope we keep him for a few more years.
Me too. And I was doing what you were doing. I was in my head I was doing some math, and I'm saying, okay, how many years since he's been back? This will be his 19th season starting. He's been back the last 18 years.
Okay.
16 of those, Craig, have been in the playoffs. All of them at least 2 rounds. Now that tells you, folks, you're doing a lot of playing. When you look at his wins, and here's something to consider. Keep in mind, like this year, they have played a lot of 8 and 9 game regular season schedules. He averages 11 wins a season, and that's definitely a wow.
It's unbelievable. I can't think off the top of my head what his playoff record is. What is it?
Man.
Close to 50 wins in the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah, I was sitting here in my mind thinking he's around 48, 49. He's right on 50.
And
Can y'all hear that? Good.
And what is so outstanding about that is before he got here, Junction City had one playoff victory.
Yes.
One playoff.
And let's go a step further. 2 playoff games.
Exactly.
Now, folks, Craig's saying that. Let me go ahead and throw this at you. When they go into the playoffs this year, now I'm a little confident that we're going to make it, Craig. I'm going to go out on a limb there and say we will. We will be going for it will be our 62nd playoff game, 62 playoff games. Junction City has only lost 12 playoff games. If I'm right on that, I got to look.
And that's over the past 17 years.
Yes.
Because this is his 18th year, you said. That's outstanding. That's outstanding.
And Coach Carpenter, the players that he has turned out of this program just went on to play college ball. And this year he's looking at 5 guys that could go on and definitely play in D1. And, of course, Jaquise Dancy, Jamario, Josh Armstrong, Keandre Evans, Taylor Mason. There's a couple of guys right behind them that you need to keep an eye on. I'm going to throw one name out there. I do not want to put a lot of pressure on the guy, but this kid, the last couple of weeks, especially since the Purple Gold game has been coming on, his name is Tez Brown. Keep an eye on him tonight, folks. He is a guy that Coach Carpenter is expecting big things out of. He said the boy's still going to make some mistakes, but he's a guy that he is definitely going to help us this year and on down the road. That's number 28. He's a sophomore. And we'll play in the secondary, and on offense, I believe they're going to have him at, let me look and see. He will be flanker, and sometimes he'll be like a slot back. Captains are coming out onto the field. Number 2 for Junction City, Livingston. Number 3, Jaquise Dancy. And number 4, the Border Town Flyer himself, Mr. Josh Armstrong, are the captains for Junction City. The captains for Smackover, number 7, Elmo Hempstead. We got number 15, that is Logan Clark, the quarterback. Number 20, Zach McKnight. And number 32, Justin Irvin, the captains for Smackover. They're going out to the field to meet. The crowd is steadily coming on in here, folks. We've been watching, and about the time you think, well, it looks like that's about it, here comes another stream of 20, 30, 40 people. The south end zone is steadily filling up. There are people on the north end, not near as many as on the south side. Junction City stands, I would say, Craig, about 80% full. The 90% full over there for the visitors, Smackover. About 90% full.
Parking lot behind us is full. Cars are parking at the baseball and softball field right now.
And they're steadily filling that up. And I might want to mention, too, and Craig, touch on this a little bit. As everybody knows, this year Norflet merged with Smackover. What's that mean for Smackover as far as their football program, the players coming in? Because if you'll think about it, Norflet might not have had the numbers every year, and they struggled there, but they always had the 2 or 3 players, especially at skill positions, that were really good.
That's right.
What's that do for the Buckaroos?
Well, Norflet's always had some great athletes. Their problem for the last several years has been numbers. They didn't have any depth. Those guys, had to play the whole game both ways and didn't get much break. But those athletes that's coming over from Norflet now can blend right into this program, and it's going to do nothing but make Smackover better. Those athletes that are coming over from Norflet, those good athletes, they will play. Smackover will work them into their system, and it won't be anything but a plus for Smackover. And it'll be a plus for the kids from Norflet, too. They can get in there and they get a chance to play on a football team that has numbers, so they don't have to play full games going both ways.
That's right. And you was talking about the kids. I talked with Coach Steele before the game. We was down there at the locker room talking to the Smacko staff, and I walked up to him and I said, man, it's hard for me to believe you got that Buckaroo on. But he looked at me, he said, I know, Wayne, but he said the kids win. And you know what? In the end, we can get through talking about whatever. It's all about the kids. The kids are going to, especially if Norfolk, gain from this. It's a win-win for them. You hate to see I guess you could say like the end of the Norfolk Leopards, because that was our oldest rival. We had played, Junction City had played Norfolk more than anybody else, 78 times. And you hate to see that go away, but they were struggling. And in the end, though, the kids benefit from this merger. And it's definitely going to make the Buckaroo program, when you get these extra kids, and you might not see it immediately, but in the next several years, when you got more kids to choose from, your odds of winning are up.
No doubt. And there comes the Buckaroos.
And taking the field now here at Paul H. Muse Field, Smackover Buckaroos, state semifinalists last year, finished the season with a 12-2 record. Junction City won the coin toss. They will receive. We're waiting for the Dragons to make their appearance. They are behind the sign down there waiting to come out. Two-time defending state champions, 27 games in a row they've been victorious. They're putting it on the line tonight against a very tough Smackover team. The last time Junction City played a 3A opponent, Craig, in the start of the season was in the Hootens Classic, and it was Fountain Lake. Fountain Lake went on to win 3A, the Cobras did. Their only loss that year was to the Dragons. That was a 2009 team. And let me get personal and do a shout out here. Alan Turner, right now the leading tackler for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Byron Jones, and that guy over there at Magnolia, that mule rider. Oh, yeah, Jacob Pumphrey on that team.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I remember that guy. He wasn't a bad ball player. I thought he was a little slow, but he was all right. But anyway, a little shout out there, and good luck to the mule riders tomorrow. For those of you football fans that keep up, they have been through a lot. And any of you that's listening right now over there in Magnolia, mule riders, hey, we're going to ride with you all the way, baby, all the way. We are set to kick it off here from Paul H. Muse Field. That concludes the McDonald's Grocery pregame show. Now, the Kim's Hair Salon kickoff, folks. Buckaroos getting ready to kick it off back deep for the Dragons. The ever-dangerous Jaquise Dancy. Over to the far side, that is number 7 for the Dragons. That is Keandre Evans. And number 25 for the Dragons, Prevante Avery. Here's the kick. It's going to be a cross kick, and it's going to be fair caught. Well, actually, another guy got it, and I don't see a flag down. Keandre Evans has got it. He's making a return. Keandre Evans is ripping through people. Goes over the 45-yard line. Now, Craig, I got a question. A hand was thrown up to fair catch. That was Madison Matthews. And Evans took the ball and took off. Now, Smackover is questioning it. They're out on the field questioning it.
I see that. He did not take the ball, so I don't know. I honestly don't know the rule.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah.
The ball was going over his head when he singled it.
They're discussing it, Wayne. I honestly didn't see it. I was watching the kid catch the ball, and I don't know what you do in a situation
I
like
don't
that.
either, but the officials are getting together.
Coach Strickland's all the way out to the hash mark there. He's going to holler at him.
And he's throwing his hands up. And, folks, I got to shoot it straight to you. I did see his hand go up.
Like I said, I was watching the kid catch the ball. I heard you say fair catch. I thought, well, he didn't do that, but you was talking about another kid that didn't catch the ball.
Right, number 24. Now, the ball is coming back. He won his argument. And that is what I saw there.
Hey, that's good.
Dragons.
I'm glad they got it right.
Get it right.
I want it to be a fair called ball game.
And they're going to mark. It's still going to be good field position.
Oh, yeah, they're still going to get it around the 40-yard line.
30, yes, about the 30. Well, he's going back a little.
35.
35, that'll work.
That's okay.
So Junction City will open up, folks. They are heading toward El Dorado, as we like to say here at Dragon Stadium. Randall Holyfield, the quarterback.
I guess it's a penalty when they do that, but that's why
I believe it's going to be because they did run.
Yeah, they're going to move it on
now
back.
They are going to penalize them for it, and I believe it's going to be 10. Actually, a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
It'll stay. Now it'll stay 1st and 10. Am I right, or will it?
I learned something, Wayne. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either. I knew I saw the hand go up, and I wasn't sure what would happen. So Junction City was penalized for it. They will start at the 20-yard line. Holyfield is in the shotgun. He has Dancy lined up beside him. Dragons have twins split to the top. Armstrong in motion. Holyfield drops back, looks, throws.
Oh, he's got a man.
He's got Armstrong, and Armstrong will pick up a first down at about the 34-yard line.
Pretty pass. He anticipated
and
where it was
already
going.
the jawing has started. The first play of the game.
That's the way it's going to be because these kids know each other.
And you're right. And here's something to look at, Craig. How the officials will handle this game.
That's right.
They got to put their authority down and take charge.
Can't let it get out of hand.
That's right. So it's a 1st and 10. The ball is at the Dragon 34-yard line, a 14-yard completion by Holyfield. Holyfield in the gun. He's got Evans split to one side. Armstrong at the top. That is number 6, also split out Rogers. Here's a give to Dancy. Dancy's got a hold.
may go
Dancy
all the
at
way.
the 40. Dancy's
gone.
at midfield. Dancy's at the 40,
Ah,
down to 40, down to about the 35-yard line. Jaquez Dancy said, welcome to the 2014 football season, a first run of the season, and he picks up about 30 yards on the play. Craig, what a run by Dancy.
I think if he had more space, sideline, he was limited on the sideline there. If he'd had more space, I think he would have broke around.
I believe he'd have been on in there. So the Dragons off to a good start, moving the ball early here. They're going to mark it back to about the 36-yard line. That is still, well, that would be exactly a 30-yard run for Dancy. Holyfield surveys the Buckaroo defense. 1st and 10, Dragons in Buck territory. Armstrong split to the top. Got a man in motion. That is Rogers. Holyfield drops back. He's going to run. He's got running room. Holyfield 30, 25, 20. Holyfield.
Oh, what a
15,
move. What a move.
Holyfield to the 10. Fumbles out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. Holyfield did a little dancing with the stars move, Craig, and gets about 10 more added to that run. 1st and goal, Junction City.
Wayne, they were so worried about those receivers. The middle of the field just opened up, and he just took right up the middle. It was great.
You're right. I mean, the second he saw it, it was like, man, look at the real estate I got. They're going to mark the ball. They said it fumbled out at about, help me out, about the 8-yard line is 7-yard line?
8-yard line.
8-yard line. So it's 1st and goal, Junction City. Dragons send 2 to the top. They split 1 to the bottom here. That is going to be Rogers at the bottom. Holyfield got Dancy beside him. Rogers in motion. Excuse me, that is Armstrong, and we got a penalty. Let's see what we got here.
I believe our offense jumped a little.
I believe so. I said Rogers in motion, and that was Armstrong, and that's twice.
Oh, I was wrong.
Oh, wait a minute. An offsides call against Smackover.
I'm gonna quit refereeing up here, Wayne.
Well, don't worry. I'll end up doing it for both of us before it's over with. But, Craig, you mentioned that presence, talk about the Dragon defense and
Right.
Mason and Bale. Here's something else to consider. With all those weapons, you're a Smackover defender. You got to keep a presence of mind about where they're at when they're moving and all that, and you could contribute probably that penalty to just that.
That's right, and they can't forget Randall Holyfield.
That's right. Half the distance to the goal line. That'll put the ball on the 4. The Dragons. There's a direct snap to Dancy's going to a straight snap to him. He'll get about 3, I believe. Looks like. Let's wait and see where they mark it.
Looks like it's going to be on about the 2-yard line,
3 yards.
somewhere in there.
Be 2nd down and go.
It'll be 2nd and goal. The Dragons punch it a little closer, and I believe
If you notice
inside the 2.
You notice on that play how strong Jaquez Dancy is. He was dragging defenders, and the referees blew that play stop. They didn't actually tackle him. They just stopped the play.
Just stop the play. That's it. So it sets up a 2nd and goal for the Dragons. Holyfield looking the defense over. Got a man in motion. Here's a give. That is going to be Evans. Evans tips toes into the end zone. Touchdown, Junction City. Your Junction City Pharmacy scoring summary. Opening kickoff, a 66-yard march. It's capped off by Evans going into the end zone. And with 9:37 to go in the opening quarter, the Dragons are on the board 6-0.
And, Wayne, that's what we talked about, just getting the ball, doing what they know they can do, moving the ball right down the field. Limit your mistakes, move the football.
And they did just that. In fact, you could say, even though it didn't put them in a 1st and long situation, they actually started in the hole. They 15-yard penalty, but it didn't really hurt them because I said 66 yards. Excuse me, that was an 80-yard drive. Here's a snap to Will Smith. Smith's in trouble. He's going to go down hard. I don't know if something went wrong or that was planned.
I believe it was planned because he immediately took off. So.
Okay. So the 2-point conversion is no good, and hopefully that don't become a factor down the road. It is 6-0 Junction City. I said the Dragons went 66 yards after the penalty started on the 20. It was an 80-yard drive, highlighted by Dancy's 30-yard run. Your Junction City scoring summary, it was Keandre Evans carrying it in from about, I'm going to say 4 yards out for the score. So 9:37 to go, first quarter, Junction City 6, Smackover nothing. Dragons getting ready to kick off. For the Buckaroos, let's see who they got back deep
That's
there.
number 10. That's the Razorback recruit.
That is him. In the
Keep an eye
middle,
on
Jordan
him.
Jones. Number 7, Hempstead, flanking him on the bottom of your screen there. But the top part is number 3, and that is Edwards, Michael Edwards. Number 4 there in front of Jones is Willie Manning.
And we
There's
were
the
all
kick,
sides. There's
and-
flag on the play.
Yep, we were all sides on the kickoff. So the Buckaroos definitely got some speed. They had it lined up back there. And let's see what we're going to do.
That was
here.
easy to call. I said I wasn't going to referee, but that one was easy.
That was the no-brainer
that
one,
was
right?
that was easy. Oh, they just wanted to get down the field extra quick.
And you got the opening game jitters. You're going to have all that good stuff.
Let's work that all out here, right here at the start of the first quarter.
And that's right, get it all done with and get down to business. So the Dragons back up 5 yards. Holyfield will kick it again, and I imagine, Craig, we're going to see the angle kick once again. Junction City getting
I
ready.
think they're going to kick it to number 10. We'll just see here.
Don't think they will either. All right, we are set. Holyfield once again puts his foot into it. A nice squib kick, and it's going to be downed at the 40 by number 5 for Smackover. Dwayne Jones.
I'm just not quick enough. I didn't see that fair catch.
He did not.
That was quick.
That was quick. He got his hand up quick, and then, hey, I'm not running this thing. So from the 40-yard line, Smackover with good field position. We talked about their weapons, Craig, and I'll tell the folks watching us here back at home, definitely keep an eye on number 10 for Smackover. That is the Razorback recruit commitment. That is Jordan Jones, and he is splitting to the top of your screen. Also, Buckaroo quarterback, a fine one, Logan Clark. The Dragons on defense, Bale at 1-9 Tech. The other one is going to be, I believe, Madison Matthews.
Yeah, they just stopped
Number
play for
24.
some reason, see what they got going here.
And now we got switching footballs, I believe.
They didn't want to play with our football.
Oh, okay. Something was wrong with ours.
Or they didn't have a football. Maybe that was it.
You know what? That was it. We got to have a football. I'm pretty sure that would be a prerequisite. We got to have a football to play this game. All right, here we go. Buckaroos from the 41st and 10. Clark under center. Here's the give, and I mean, son, he was hit, and he was hit hard. That is number 67. Man, Mr. Singleton
he
coming
was
in
there
and
as
getting
soon as the ball was handed off.
You ain't kidding. I mean, before I could even tell you who the Buckaroo ball carrier was, I mean, boom. Yeah, our cameraman Derek I couldn't even get a zoom in there. That happened fast. So a loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14, and the Dragon defense trying to make their presence felt immediately. 2nd and 14. Here's the give again.
Oh, he's got some
run
room.
by number 5, and he's going to get some running room. He'll have a first down, and that is going to be Dwayne Jones on the carry, Josh Armstrong on the tackle. And a great, if Smackover showing their speed, Craig, a great run by Jones.
That's right. Number 5 lost his helmet. He should have to come out of the game, right? And he is going out.
He is going out. If you lose your helmet, I think it's one play.
Yeah, you got to go out.
So the Buckaroos in Dragon territory, 45-yard line, 1st and 10. They are heading to the south or toward the Hardy Mart, for those of you familiar with Junction City. Clark under center. Dragons stuck on the line, and here's Jamario Bell. He's wrapping up number 8. Now Taylor Mason.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, with a WWE moving. Now we got a little shoving
referee's
and
going to have to
talking.
stop.
Here we
City's
go.
going to have to get their temper in check there.
And that was Purefoy on the carry. Mason ended up with a tackle, but Bell disrupting things immediately.
Bell made a good hit on him, but you got to wrap him up.
And Will Smith coming out, he had got into it a little bit with one of Smackover players.
Maybe a little bit too fired up.
And you're going to have that.
Yeah,
These kids, like you said a while ago, they know each other. So it's 2nd, and let's call it 11, or actually 2nd. Yes, 2nd and 11. Clark rolls out. He's going to throw. He's got number 4. And a good reception there. It will not be a first down, but it's going to be a good game of about 8 yards. Freeman on the tackle for Junction City. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2. Nice little rollout pass there by Clark.
And he was open.
It worked very well. The Dragons, give them credit, they recovered quick, but by the time you did with Smackover's speed, they had 8 yards just like that. A nice play by the Bucks.
And Smackover's going to move the football. They're going to move it a lot. Junction City's just going to have to get a stop here or there because they're not going to stop them on every play.
No, they're not. Folks, like I said, they got the weapons. And speaking of weapons, he's coming toward the bottom of your screen. He's in the slot there. That's 10, Jordan Jones. 3rd and 2. Buckaroos will run it. They get the first down. Nice little run there. Pick up about 3 or 4. Armstrong makes the tackle for Junction City. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Smackover at the Dragon 38-yard line. 7:12 to go, first quarter. Junction City 6, Smackover nothing. Title sponsor for the Dragon Sports Network's coverage of Junction City football, El Dorado Chemical. All right, 1st and 10, Buckaroos. Clark looking over the Dragon defense, barking out some changes there, it looks like. And he's ready. Here's a give up the middle, and nothing happening. Armstrong, Freeman, and I believe, thought I saw Mason
was right there. I don't know if he was in on tackle,
right,
but he was right there.
I don't know if he got in on, but he was there.
He was right there.
Pickup of 1. That's going to be 2nd and 9 for the for the Buckaroos in Dragon territory, 32-yard line. 6:31 to go, first quarter. Clark under center. Smackover in the eye. Straight give to the fullback, and again, about a 2-yard pickup. And Craig, they might be setting up something here. They keep popping in that middle.
Ball twice there, so they hit one down the side there in a minute, or
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Pass,
I'm kind of worried about that side there. It'd be a nightmare for Dragon fans to watch Jordan Jones streak down that sideline and break open.
And he's lined up on the far side now.
And he is. So with a 3rd, and we'll call it a long 6. Clark's in the shotgun, and he is going to throw. Dragons looking, trying to get a little pressure on. Did he get it? Yes, and a great catch. Jordan Jones, a great reception. 1st down, Smackover. They're going to mark the ball at about the 19-yard line, and Clark looked really good in the pocket there, Craig.
He made a good catch, too. That wasn't an easy catch. You can see why the Razorbacks like him.
And the presence of mind to keep his feet down. And they only need one, but he looked like, from our angle, of course, it looked like he kept both of them down. A great catch. It puts the Buckaroos at the Dragon 19, 1st and 10. Clark is back under center, Smackover in the eye. Wide outs to each side. Here's the toss. The Dragons are back at Josh Armstrong.
A host of Dragons.
Holy Moses, Josh Armstrong flies in there and nails the ball carrier. Then he gets some help. It's going to be a loss of about, let's see where they mark it.
Loss of
about 8, ain't it? Let's see.
Well, about 9.
Whoa.
Well.
Now, Craig, you know those chain gang guys, they hadn't got all excited, have they? Now, they're marking
got lost where he was going there.
Yeah.
It was a loss of about 4.
Oh, so a loss of 4. They're going to where he got. I guess where they drove him back some, but that's where they initially got him. So it's 2nd. Let's call it 14. Clark in the shotgun.
Right over the middle.
He's throwing over the middle, and it's broken up beautifully. Beautifully.
That pass was there. That pass was there. It was open, but that hit knocked the ball loose.
Yes, sir.
He'll remember that one.
Great play by Rogers. It forces Smackover in the 3rd and long.
And this is where you want him.
This is where you definitely want him. And let me see, Craig. There's number 10.
Number 10.
It'll bring up 3rd down in 16.
Folks, I'd bet a ice cold RC Cola that they're going to look for Jones here. They got him split wide to the top of the screen. Dragons now dropping some people out a little bit deeper. And Clark is looking that way, looking. He's going
there.
He's going to go, and it's going to be incomplete. And they went for
same play.
Rogers for Jones. Same play they did a while ago to get the 1st down.
Same play.
And not a bad call, Craig. I mean, it worked a while ago.
You'll notice on that play, Junction City had an extra back there that time, too.
Yes, they did. It brings up 4th, and let's call it a long.
I can't imagine them not going for this on
I can't either.
And they are.
A long 14 yards for the Buckaroos. They're not hesitating. They're going for it. Big play right here. And really nothing to lose because if you don't get it, you got Junction pinned back deep. The Buckaroos are in the I formation. Look for a little trickery. And they got the rush on Clark. He's going to throw it.
Oh,
Jamario Bell. Big play by the Bell.
Jamario Bell got a hand on it, knocked it down, but even at that, it still hit the Smackover receiver in the hands, and he couldn't come up with a pass off of the deflection.
Now, after the play, we have a penalty.
And I'm sure it's unsportsmanlike.
And it's going to probably be unsportsmanlike conduct. It was after, when I looked, it was after the play. And I'm going to tell you now, folks, I'm going to say it now. The officials have to get control of this.
They do.
Craig, every play, especially the last 5 or 6, jawing going on.
Yeah.
And we expected that, but you got to settle down and play ball. And let's see what's going to happen
If this is
here.
on Junction City, this will be a first down. They're going
Well, my thing was the play, it looked like it occurred after the play, would it? But yeah, I can see what you say. If they say it happened during the play and it's on Junction, yes, it is a Buckaroo first down.
I
outrageous.
honestly can't tell you who it's on because neither team is reacting.
I would love for them to call it on both sides and let's play ball. The white hat is talking it over, and now they're calling an.
Well, they're going to try to get it right, whatever it is.
And I agree with that. Yeah, they're bringing them all in. Let's talk this over. And this is a big call, and it all stems back to, and these coaches, if I'm pretty sure, the first chance they get, if they don't call a timeout and say, look, we got to cut this out, let's play ball. It all stems back to you saw the two helmets bumping heads talking, and then a little shoving, and let's see what happens here.
Oh, it's
all
dead
right.
ball spots. He called it both ways. That's good.
Yes.
Sportsmanlike conduct.
And it was dead ball, so the play stands.
Good.
It was after the play was over, so the play stands.
Yes, good. Because I'm saying when I saw it, the ball was incomplete. The pass was incomplete.
Right.
I was hoping they were saying dead ball foul. A big call here, and I'm going to give number 40, Jamario Bell, credit. The second he saw what was going on, he steps in there and pulls number 7, Keandre Evans, away.
That's right.
And everybody, let's just say it now and get it over. Everybody knows what happened to the Carlisle game last year. I could tell you this. Talking to Mario this morning, gave him a ride to school, and he told me, hey, I'm ready. I want to show what I can do. So far, folks, he's doing that. All right, Holyfield gives
direct
to
snap
Dancy. Dancy's going to pick up about 3.
By number 4.
So the Dragons, with 4:23 to go, start from
On the carry.
about the 22-yard line. And I would love, Craig, to see them take it on down the field and put another score in there.
I would love to see him break a long one right here. I'm not opposed to 4:08 in the first quarter. Just drive the ball down and score right as the quarter ends would be
there
good.
There you go.
Too.
I'll gladly take that. 2nd and 6. Ball is marked at the Dragon 26-yard line. Evans split to the bottom. Dancy lined up beside Holyfield. Holyfield drops back. He is looking downfield. Got some pressure now. He's going to run. He's got running room. Holyfield's got a bunch of real estate.
And he's
50,
got it.
40, 35, 30.
And he dropped
And
the
ball
football.
is fumbled. It's picked
No!
up. The Dragons will take it inside the 10 with that Blake McClellan that picked
Blake
it
McClellan
up.
picked the ball. A lineman was all the way down the field blocking.
Blake
Love
McClellan.
to see the offensive lineman being all the way down at the end of the play.
Yes, I love that hustle, Mr. McClellan.
You teach those linemen to fall on that football.
Oh,
In that
yeah.
instance, I'm glad he picked it up.
Well, I tell you what happened, Craig. He looked up, saw more real estate than Century 21 could sell, and he said, man, I got to go with this.
And, that says a lot about the lineman, too. How often 60 yards downfield do you have a lineman that's going to recover a fumble?
Yes, sir. Folks, that's coaching right there, teaching all that good stuff. We have a timeout. Buckaroos are talking things over. 3:29 to go first quarter. Dragons 6, Bucks nothing. And we got a couple of sponsors we want to talk about here. Let's talk about Union Kennel and Farm Supply. Glad to have them on board. Got any farming supply needs, anything like that, folks? Pet supplies, the whole 9 yards. Go by and see the good folks at Union Kennel. Three Creeks Baptist Church. Craig, tell us about them again.
Come be a part of what God is doing at Three Creeks Baptist Church, 8772 Haynesville Highway, Junction City, Arkansas. Sunday school at 9, worship at 10. Sunday evening, women and men's discipleship training at 4:30. Youth at 4:30 as well. Wednesday night meal at 5 with Awana for kids. youth student ministry and worship, all at 6 o'clock. For more info, visit us at threecreeksbaptist.com or call 870-863-9407.
And that's Three Creeks Baptist Church, folks. Like Craig was talking about, they got a lot going on there. If you're looking for somewhere to attend services, check them out. Three Creeks Baptist Church, Haynesville Highway. 3:29, first quarter, Dragon 6, Bucks 0. Junction City knocking on the door again. Ball on the Smackover 8. Holyfield, we got a flag immediately, and let's see.
I believe that's going to be motion. I could be wrong. Last time it was off defensive. We're going to see here.
I believe
I told you I was
right.
going to quit, and I'm going to quit.
Yeah, we're backing up.
Yeah, I thought I saw some movement there.
So the Dragons, that'll cost them 5. Be first and goal from the they're marking it at the 12-yard line. So dozen yards from the end zone. Clock's still not moved yet because of the penalty. And let's see what Junction City tries now. A lot of choices to choose from here to try to get that ball in the end zone. Holyfield. He has Dancy. And I'm trying to get the okay, I thought I saw somebody else there. All right, Dancy in trouble.
Oh, and he lost the football.
The ball is fumbled.
Got it.
Smackover's going to get it. Big turnover. That hurts. That hurts. Junction City knocking on the door. Big play by the Buck defense. Dragon defense back on the field. Guy coming in from Holyfield's blind side got him. And bursting for Smackover on the fumble recovery. So the Buckaroos take over. 3:23 first quarter, going to mark the ball at the 34-yard line. And just like that, big play by the Smackover defense.
And Wayne, they had a man in the corner of the end zone, but Holyfield was under pressure.
Yes, could not get it to him.
Could not get it to him. Time for the defense here. Step up.
It is. From the 34, Clark is under center. Here's the give to the back, Smackover back. He is hit immediately by Jamario Bell and Josh Armstrong, and that was number 5 for Smackover. And that was Dwayne Jones on the carry for the Buckaroos. I believe they're going to mark it back, Craig, at about the line of scrimmage. Or they may they're going to give him 2 yards there. He did get 2. Okay. Yeah. Or maybe, let's see what they're
like
marking.
About 3.
They're going to give him 3 yards. Okay. 2nd and 7. 2:50 to go, first quarter. Dragon defense trying to keep the Buckaroos from getting anything going here on offense. Clark drops back. He's under pressure. He is hit, and now he is wrapped up and brought down. He will get a few yards. He actually broke loose and picked up a little.
Wayne, they had him in the backfield. They've got to wrap up.
That's it.
They got to wrap up.
They didn't get a good wrap on him, and he broke loose. What should have been about a 4 or 5 yard loss ends up.
I believe he got about a half a yard, but they should have got him for about a 4 yard loss.
Right. So, and here's the thing about it, Craig. About 7 yards we're talking about here, because you could have lost 4 and he made it get back past the line of scrimmage a little. Shows his athletic ability. A young man can move.
And that's 2 plays now where we've had them stop, didn't wrap up, and they ended up getting some yardage.
They're going to call it now. Scoreboard's saying 3rd and 10. It's actually about a 3rd and 7.
Right.
Clark is in the shotgun. Drops, immediately gets the snap, throws to Jones, who drops it. And wow.
That's very close to a lateral.
Yes.
And I think they may be discussing it. No, they're not. They're calling it.
They're calling it incomplete, but
pass.
The official here was talking to the Dragon players like, no, never mind. It's going to be 4th and 7. 1:48 to go, first quarter. Junction City 6, Smackover nothing. And the Buckaroos, Craig, here's something interesting. They're going to punt, or they're showing signs that they will punt. They're on the 37. I would think they would.
They don't have a punter.
And
well, now they do. Now he's dropping back.
Okay, now he's dropping.
They didn't have anybody back deep, but they do now.
Now we got a guy coming in late for the Buckaroos. And let's see what's going on here. He was not set.
He wasn't set when they snapped the ball, but
that could easily be on Smackover. Let's see what they call here, though, because Bale moved, but I mean they were not ready.
It's going to be on Junction City.
It's going to be on Junction
Smackover guys are reacting. Now
I'll say it's still.
Must have lined up offside.
Must have. It's still going to be 4th down. That should not give them a first down.
Penalty stepped off. Still be 4th down.
I think Strickland's going to send his offense back out there.
I believe he is. That's what I'm. Yes, the offense is coming back on for Smackover because it's now 4th and 2. And
big penalty there.
Yes, it is. And Brian Strickland said, "You know what? I got a little bit of riverboat gambler in me. Watch this."
Hey, it's early in the game. I don't blame him.
I don't either.
You got 4th down and 2, and they have had some success running the football. Why not go for it?
The ball is on the 42-yard line of Smackover. 1:48 to go first quarter. Clark is going under center. The Buckaroos will go for it. Big play here. And now flags are coming back down. What do we have? Timeout, Smackover. Well, Craig, you think he changed his mind?
I don't think he changed his mind. I think he decided that play wasn't going to work. I can't see him. I can't see him not going for it this point of the ball game.
I can't either. STI Sims, one of the proud sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network. They were with us last year, back this year. We are glad to have them on board. Also, the town of Junction City, Louisiana, Mayor Preston Rogers and Council, proud supporters of Dragon football. We are thrilled to have them on board this year. 1:46 to go, first quarter. And so far, Craig, yes, it's living up to the hype. We've seen some big plays by both teams on both sides of the ball. And right now, we got our first, well, I can't say it's our first big drama. We already had a little bit of drama here or there. But the first big moment is here.
First big decision for the coaches to make. It's definitely lived up to the hype. Junction City's made some mistakes that's really hurt, and they're coming off a mistake right here, giving them an opportunity to go for it on 4th and 2.
That's right. And now the Bucks they got a full house backfield on 4th down.
Quarterback.
I believe Jones is split to the top. Here goes. Here's the play.
And I don't know where. Oh, he got it.
He got it.
He got it easily.
Yes, first down, Buckaroos.
He picks up the first down.
He got about 3 on the play, I'd say. And they needed 2. 1st and 10, Buckaroos at the 46-yard line. Actually, he picked up 4, Craig. So 1st and 10, Smackover. Ball right past their own 45-yard line. 1:40 to go, first quarter. Dragons on top, 6-zip.
46-yard line.
So some Just City miscues has hurt the Dragons. They could have actually been a little more controlling what they are now. Here's a pitch. Jones on the carry. He's breaking some tackles, and he will go to about the 40-yard line.
Smackover's lined the ball up and said, I think we can run the ball against Junction City, and they're doing a good job of it.
Very good job. And one of the things that Coach Carpenter had touched on in the preseason was the defensive line. We're going to look at different lineups in different situations, and I've noticed, been watching pretty close, there's been a steady, not every play, but just about every other play, a little substituting on that defensive line.
They've definitely run players in and out.
1:20 to go, first quarter. Buckaroos on the move. Ball at the Dragon 38. Here's a give again to Jones. And he
has a penalty.
Yep, we got a flag down.
Armstrong on the tackle.
And let's see what we got.
Lined up in the wishbone and said, we're supposed to run this ball down your throat.
Yes, and that's what they are trying to do right now.
And the flag on the play.
Let's see what the flag is here.
I didn't see anything, so I don't know what
I didn't either. The only thing I saw, there was a Dragon lineman that got through, and it looked like he got
the way they're acting. I believe it's on the way they're acting. I believe it's going to be on Smackover,
and I believe that's what they saw,
and it is.
So this will back them up, I believe, 10.
Holding
on the Buckaroos. 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty stepped off against the Buckaroos.
Well, now they got a few more yards to pick up. Let's see if they stay in the wishbone. I bet they don't. I bet they put Jones out wide.
I'm still looking for that deep one, Craig.
I am too. No, they're going to come back out.
They're in the bone again. So from about the Dragon 48, let's call it 49-yard line, the Buckaroos will go to work. Clark under center. Like we said, full house backfield. Clark. Now he's going to look deep. He's putting it up.
He's there.
Got a man.
He's there. Touchdown.
There. Touchdown.
He stepped out, Wayne.
Wait a minute.
He stepped out. 4-yard line.
10-yard line.
4-yard line, he stepped out of bounds.
4-yard line, he stepped out. That's what they're going to say.
Wayne, we said he was fast. He was 5 yards ahead of the defense.
Easily 5 yards, and that's another thing, Craig, we talked about. He's going to stay in the bone even in a lone situation. Bear Bryant did it at Alabama. They sit there and just run the bone to death at you, and the next thing you know, Ozzie Newsom, who went on the Hall of Fame career with the Cleveland Browns, he'd break one for about 35 yards on a pass play.
Timeout by the
Junction City's decided to talk about it.
Yes. And with 58 seconds to go first quarter, the ball is on the Dragon 4-yard line. And like we said, Bear Bryant, Alabama, they would lure you to sleep with that.
That's right.
Smackover just did it to Junction City because, like you said, he was easily 5 yards.
Junction City had two defenders on him, as they should have, but he was just at speed. He was out there.
And a big play puts the ball on the 4-yard line. So, Smackover knocking on the door. And let's see what's going to happen here. Now, Coach Carpenter has walked out to the hash marks, and he's calling the white hat over and says, I want to talk to you.
He's not happy about something. I don't know.
Now, he maybe asked, I'll go out on a limb. If he went out of bounds, if he was running on the side and his foot went out and he catches the ball, now that he's ineligible.
That is
true. Maybe what Coach Carpenter, I think that's what he's pointing out. Did he not step out before that? I couldn't tell. I'm just saying, I'm just guessing. That's what he may have said. All I can tell you this, Jordan Jones is fast.
They're not going to reverse it either.
No,
they're not going to reverse it.
There will not be an instant replay. We won't be going under the hood or none of that stuff. All right, 58 seconds. First quarter. Buckaroos on the 4-yard line. Clark is under center. Smackover in the bone. Here's a give straight ahead. And they're going to push them back. The football.
A 1-yard line, I believe.
Come out, but they're going to mark it at the 1.
I thought he was going to bust through there.
I thought he was in, too.
It'll be second down and go.
Smackover's got some big boys up front to push that.
1-yard line.
Our defense is not going to just push him down and run over him.
No, they're not. No,
they have a big offensive line.
And that was one of the things, and I'll touch on this a minute about Kevin Moyer and what he did, hyping this game up. All right, Clark straight ahead.
He's in there.
Is in. Touchdown, Buckaroos.
And
now a flag
15 yards on Junction City. So they'll get a kickoff from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, about midfield. Yes, about midfield. Let's see. Wait a minute.
Well, wait a minute.
Hold everything, folks.
It's going to be it'll be a dead ball if it is.
It's going to be a dead ball, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's on Smackover, but it'll be a dead ball. I mean, that play was over.
Yes. It is 6-6. Let's go ahead and say that with 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Now, they hadn't officially said touchdown, but it's going to be.
I have to believe that was a dead ball.
Yes.
Well, it's on Junction. I was wrong. It was on Junction City.
Now
touchdown is good.
All right. So now after now the Smackover coach is like, well, wait a minute.
I'm not sure. Well, they're still.
Well, now what I think Smackover's asking is, can't the ball be moved on the extra point?
Yeah.
Half the distance. That's what I'm pretty sure the Smackover coach. I couldn't tell who it was. It didn't look like Strickland. It might have been.
They're going to leave it on the mark there.
They're leaving it on the marker.
So the penalty, I guess, would be assessed on the kickoff.
Yes. But that's what I believe. Smackover coach come out on the field and was pointing. That's what he wanted. And I think the Bucks were looking at, hey, we'll go for 2, move it up. But the bottom line is this. It is now 6-6, 18 seconds left first quarter. Let's see what happens here on the extra point.
Number 8.
There's the snap. And the kick is blocked. And it will stay 6-6. And I believe that was Keandre Evans that come flying through to block it.
And Wayne was 18 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 6-6. It's lived up to the billing.
The fireworks are still going off, Craig.
The month-long newspaper articles are living up to
yes, sir.
What they said.
Hey, Kev Moy, me and you talked about this when we was getting ready to come on the air, and I've told people did an outstanding job. Well, covering the hype and everything. I mean,
Yes, it
Not
was.
just the hype, but getting into what this game means and the different aspects of each team, all that stuff.
You're right.
For 2 weeks.
You're
Solid.
right. Every day, and today alone, there was 4 separate articles on this football game.
So my hat's off to Mr. Moe. He did an outstanding job. And
he
so
wasn't,
far, he's been right about it all.
And he did a great job. He wasn't biased. He had write-ups just for Smackover. He had write-ups just for Junction City.
Yes, sir.
He had combined write-ups, and he talked about the good points, bad points, everything in between of both teams. He did an outstanding job.
And so far, like we said, it's all come to the truth.
And I don't know if we'll get to return this or not.
I don't either. Well, they're going to kick it, and Dancy's going to get a chance. He's going to field it at about the 1 yard line. He's at the 5. He's at the 10. Dancy to the 15, 16, about 15-yard line. So the drag, well, they're going to mark it at about 16. So 1st and 10, Junction City. 11 seconds left to go.
On the tackle for the Buckaroos.
And the Dragons will go to work. Now they're going to mark it on the 15-yard line. So about a 14-yard return by Dancy. And Craig, Smackover, we talked about speed. They were down there. If I've seen a lot of teams a kick like that, Dancy would have had a few extra seconds there to set up his move. The Bucks were down there very fast.
They were down there very fast. They didn't have near as much ground to cover.
So from the 15-yard line, Holyfield in the shotgun. Dancy lined up beside him. Dragons got 2 split to the bottom, 1 to the top.
Holyfield.
Here's a give to Dancy. Dancy gets to the outside and will get wrapped up. 4, I believe, got him for Smackover.
Willie Manning, 5.
Manning for Smackover gets him. It'll be a pickup of about 2 yards. That ends the first quarter. Our score, Junction City 6, Smackover 6. And we'll head into the second quarter. And let's talk about the sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network. Let's start with the title sponsor, El Dorado Chemical. For the second year in a row, the good folks at El Dorado Chemical is title sponsor of the Dragon Sports Network. In fact, tonight, forgot to mention this, we are bringing this from our broadcasting booth, the EDC broadcasting booth. We're over here in the, I guess you say, south corner of the home stands. And got a great view. And let me give a shout out to Mr. Robbie Henry and his ag class. They come up here and build us, Craig, a real nice little place to work out of. Our cameraman and producer, the Steven Spielberg, a Class AA producer, Mr. Derek Watts, loves it. Got us a great view here and everything. Especially, he told me his second period ag class come up here, putting all this together and making it happen. So shout out to Mr. Robbie Henry and his agricultural classes, and to El Dorado Chemical for being our title sponsor for the second year in a row. Some other fine sponsors of the Dragon Sports Network: Junction City Pharmacy, Southern T-Shirt Company, the official apparel supplier of the DSN, Farm Bureau, Ricky Wood. Here in a little bit, we should be going inside the numbers with the Rev. Ricky the Rev Watts putting that Huddick High to work, and he'll probably have a few numbers for us to look at. Another sponsor, of course, we talked about him already, Three Creeks Baptist Church, Great Lakes Solutions, and Moosop. We'll get to some more in a minute. Second quarter about to start. The Dragons on their own 17-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 8. Dancy picked up 2 on that last carry. And let's see if the Dragon offense can get something going here. Man in motion, that is Armstrong. Holyfield drops back, got a little bit of rush. Holyfield's going to tug it. He's going to go with it. He's got running room at the 20-25. Holyfield spins to about the 34-yard line.
First down. First down.
Tackled by number 9.
Wayne, I don't like the way he's running with the football, though. He needs to tuck that ball when he gets in traffic.
Yes, he does, because you get out in that, and especially with the way Smackover, like we said, we talked about speed and all that, flying to the ball. You never know when that right angle, that guy comes in on the right angle, knocks that ball loose.
Ball placed down on the
Smackover defense so far has done a good job of putting pressure on Holyfield. He don't have time to just sit back there.
No, he don't. It's going to be a 1st and 10. The ball is marked at the 33-yard line.
Quarterback.
Holyfield in the gun. He's got trips to the top, twins to the bottom. Looks, throws. This is a little quick out. Got a man. Oh, Evans with running room. Evans about the 50-yard line, around the 49 of Junction City. 16-yard pickup. First down, Dragons.
And Wayne, the Smackover defender there, made a great stop. If he had not made that tackle, that was 6 points.
Yes, it was. He was on his way to the promised land. 11:22 to go. They're getting the chain set. Clock kicks in.
On the 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
And don't forget to stay with us at halftime. Union Kennel and Farm Supply halftime show. We'll recap a little bit of what happened here, talk about what we think's going to happen in the second half, and who knows what else. 1st and 10. Ball is now at they marked it back at the 48-yard line. Junction City with trips to the bottom. Again, a quick out. This is Josh Armstrong with running room.
Oh, my goodness, he had
Armstrong, 40, 35. Armstrong lures it and goes straight ahead to about the 31-yard line.
Another first down.
Josh Armstrong, the Border Town Flyer, on the move again.
Wayne, he lowered his head and said, "You're going to pay for this tackle."
No, it was no Josh Armstrong said, "There is no fake about me. I'm coming right at you." And he did.
And Wayne, just as Smackover is lined up in the wishbone, said, "We're fixing to run it over you," Junction City's lining up 5 wide and said, "Stop us passing the football."
Yes. So both these coaches there are throwing you know what? They're not really hiding anything. We're going to show you what we can
That's
do.
right.
Look, here we go again,
There we go,
Rick.
5 wide. It's 3
Trips
plays
to the
in a
top.
row.
Holyfield back. He's looking. He's going to run. He's got running room. 20, 15, 10. Runs over a man down to the 5-yard line.
5-yard
Holyfield.
That's 2 plays in a row where our defenders
That's not
lowered
a
their
Vander
head.
Holyfield out there, is it? Man, I mean, he did kind of like Armstrong. He said, "I'm not going left or right. I'm coming right on."
1st and goal for.
And Craig, you're right. Junction City, all at once, they throwing. I can't even count them all.
They are throwing 5 wide and saying, "You better cover us, or we're coming right up the middle with the quarterback."
And I know people are like, "Oh, here y'all go again." But could you ever imagine today we would be talking about Junction City and 5 wide?
Junction City 5 wide was at the end of a football game when they were behind and had no choice.
No timeout. Nothing.
Times have changed.
Yes, sir. From about the 6. Here's again the dancing.
And
We got a
there's a
flag down. And the play. Let's see what we got.
I'm not sure what that is.
I'm
Being
not
in
either.
the back of the end zone there, I don't know.
I'm not sure either. But it did. The flag come from the back, Judge. And you can see it laying in the end zone there. Let's see what we got. And now here come the
Smackover's coach has made a many a yard going out to that hash mark.
He's the leading rusher in the game right now.
Flag on the play.
And what do we got, Craig? It's on the Buckaroos.
Against the Buckaroos.
Is that too many men?
That's what I thought he signaled,
sure
but then he changed it. I wasn't sure.
Should put us at half the distance, whatever it was.
Nonetheless, it should.
This guy, I never know which way he's going.
I think he wants to get a running start. Now, here we go. He got to get a running start, Craig, and how he's got it. All right. So half the distance.
Still first down.
Illegal substitution.
That's what it was.
Substitution.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's going to be 1st and goal, 9:55, and the clock running here in the second quarter. Game is tied at 6. Dragons threatening. Dancy, the lone back. Holyfield going under center. Dragons have got twins to the top and a single to the bottom. Holyfield keeps. Holyfield straight ahead.
Don't think he got in.
No call.
Signal.
No signal yet. No signal yet.
To the goal line.
I think he's about as close as you can get without scoring.
Yes, he is. Look where the ball. Goodness gracious.
The guy's foot's almost touching the white line.
That is as close as you can
All
get
you have
without
to do is touch
scoring.
that white line, and I don't think he can put any space between the football and the
In fact, if he pushed ahead a little further, he'd been at the Hardy Mart and getting him a cold drink. All right, it's going to be 2nd and goal. 9 minutes to go, second quarter. Holyfield, he's going to keep.
I mean, he had to get in there.
He should be in there.
They're not getting.
And they're saying no.
There's no way he could not have got in there.
Did not cross the goal line.
Wow.
Down.
Wow.
He got up, Craig. He got up in the end zone.
In fact, he liked a half an inch.
Good grief.
He liked a half an inch. I think it's a quarter of an inch now.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how you can. I don't know.
I don't either. I think I'm about ready to say, let's review that, go under the booth here.
Half-yard
or under the hood.
When he got up, he was in the end zone.
He was in the end zone.
They called him down.
3rd and goal. 8:20, second quarter.
Timeout, Junction City.
Junction City calls a timeout. And Coach Carpenter, I think, is going to go out there and ask exactly what do we have to do.
I think if he went out there and looked, that knows that football's touching the white line.
You know what? It does look like it. I mean,
that is as close.
I tell you what, let's put our cameraman to work. Zoom it in there and tell us where that ball.
We had a game a few years ago.
Yeah,
We had a game a few years ago where the referees actually broke out a credit card.
Oh, don't get me Harmony Grove, Craig. Don't get me started. That was in 06. That's the night I started watching. The cops started escorting our fans along the field out of the park.
I think if they brought the credit card out tonight, it'd be in our favor tonight.
Oh, Lord, I think it would be. I'll never forget that because I had somebody tell me, bless Coach Carpenter's heart, they said they thought David Carpenter was going to faint on the spot when he saw him do that. See, Coach, it's not a first.
Ball is on the half-yard line, third down.
Now the former mayor is going to be generous to say it's on the half-yard line.
That's very generous.
Wow. All right, folks, here's the situation. 8:18 to go, second quarter. Second quarter. We're coming out of a timeout. Score is 6-6. Third and goal for the Dragons. Junction City in a full house backfield. The Smackover faithful encouraging their defense. Here's a give.
Oh, he's got to be in there.
He is in there. He is in there. Come on. Touchdown, Dragons. I mean, holy Moses, what do we have to do?
He didn't need very much, and he didn't get very much.
No, he didn't.
But my goodness.
They kind of. DeAndre Evans with the score.
If Smackover would have held us there, that would have been a stop for the ages.
Oh, Lord, yes. You ain't kidding.
DeAndre Evans.
All right.
Touchdown for the Dragons.
8:17. Second quarter. It's now 12-6. Our Junction City Pharmacy scoring recap. Craig, that started where? About the 15, 16-yard line. The Dragons took it 84 yards. And after a little bit of not sure where the ball should be at, the Dragons push it in. DeAndre Evans on the score. Junction City going for two. Holyfield lofts it up.
No.
He throws it clear out of the end zone. That was not a good decision.
It was a good play call, but Bell is 6'6", but he needed to be 12'6" on that.
Yeah, he's not 12'6". So it's 12-6 Junction City. DeAndre Evans on the score for the Dragons. Junction City Pharmacy, every time the Dragons score a touchdown, we need to talk about Mr. Leon and Miss Sherry. Folks, if you need something for a shower, wedding, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, any of the above, the place to go is your hometown pharmacy, Junction City Pharmacy. Now, I'm going to be straight with you, Craig. I may go in there and pick up some medicine or something, but 90% of the time I go in there, I head over to that ice cream.
That's good stuff.
Yes,
man,
sir.
that ice cream
is good. Get you 2 scoops. Don't get one. You're cheating yourself if you just get one. Junction City Pharmacy, your hometown pharmacy. Mr. Leon and Miss Sherry, go by there and see them. They're good folks. All right, the Dragons will kick it off, and I'm pretty sure they will not kick it to number 10, Craig.
I can't see that happening.
I can't either.
The kick.
A squib kick, and it's going to be fielded. Oh,
he almost stepped out.
In. Jones on the return here, trying to get around some people, doing a pretty good job, and I'll be wrapped up at about the 30-yard line. A good return by, I believe that was Dwayne Jones. So the Buckaroos will go to work at the 30-yard line, and we have a Smackover player down.
Wayne, he ran that ball 50 yards.
Player down on the field.
He ran to get about
10.
Well, maybe.
And he is still down. We're not going to guess or anything, but that was a pretty good collision on the far side of the field.
There was a very good collision on this side of the field. One of the Smackover players laid one of our guys out at a legal block, but it was a good one.
It was a good one indeed. All right, let's go inside the numbers. Sponsored by Ricky Wood, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Holyfield, first quarter, 1 of 114 for passing. Dancy, 4 carries, 38 yards.
That's a good thing.
Holyfield, they have him down for 2 carries and 82 yards rushing. Wow. The Buckaroos were 4 of 8, Craig, 80 yards passing and 46 yards rushing. They carried 12 times. Josh Armstrong, leading tackler in the game so far. No surprise there. 6 tackles and 1 for a loss. And that's inside the numbers. Ricky the Rev Watts, send them numbers over to us. That is sponsored by Ricky Woods, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Folks, you need some insurance or something, go see Mr. Ricky Wood, he can hook you up with it. 8:07 to go, second quarter. The young man is up and moving. I believe everything. Well,
they're helping him out.
I take that back. He is moving, but they're helping him.
Serious, and he'll be able to come back into the game.
I do too. I hate to see that. Hate to see it.
That was a good collision on that side of the field.
It was
a good collision on this side of the field as well.
And they have not spared the pads.
No, this is going to be a hard-hit physical game. You got some athletes on both sides, and everybody's wanting to make a play, and everybody's going to put out 100% effort. And there's going to be some hitting in this game.
And they're showing, like you said a while ago, laid out one over here, and there's another guy over there, and both these teams are bringing it. The Buckaroos are starting from about the 30. Craig, we need a big stop by the defense here. Get the ball back, and let's get another score. Clark is under center, Buckaroos in high, dragging defense, ganging the line. Here's a call, good move by Clark on faking the handoff, but Junction City did not fall for it. And they'll give him about a yard.
Wayne, Smackover is going through their playbook. They're running the wishbone. They're spreading it out. They're running I formation. They're throwing everything at us.
They are. And you know what, Craig? I love it. I love seeing this.
I do too.
I wouldn't be surprised if Smackover surprises here in a little while and they go 5 wide all at once. All right, here we go. Now they're in the old, I was starting to say wing T kind of, but Clark is in the shotgun. He's got twins to the bottom. 2 backs either side of them there. Now throws.
Oh, my goodness.
Good little play. And that is going to believe, I believe, Jones for Smackover.
That's
yes, that is Jones for Smackover in the reception. Smith, Bell, and Tez Brown on the tackle for the Dragons. Quick hitter got him about, I'm going to say 4 yards there because Clark picked up one on the keeper he had. So 3rd and 5 with 7 minutes to go. Second quarter, Junction City 12, Smackover 6. And so far, folks, everything we said about this game, what it could be, it's living up to it.
It's definitely lived up to the hype. And Wayne, look around the field on the south end zone. It's
Craig,
shoulder to shoulder all the way around the field.
They're still coming in. I mean, you're still getting 2 or 3 still steadily rolling in here. All right, a little confusion by the Dragons here on this 3rd and 5 on the defense. Now they get set. They're ready. Here's a quick hit. Oh, I'm not knocking the Smackover receiver,
Number 10,
but he didn't quite want to stretch out there and grab that one. He saw what was coming. And he short-armed it.
The quarterback had to unload, too.
Yes, he did.
The pressure was coming.
Down and 5.
So 4th and 5.
Now, I said earlier they needed to go for it. I don't think they need to here, and I don't believe they are.
I don't think they will. I don't expect we'll see any trickery here. I think he's going to.
Back in punt formation.
I say we won't. I believe Strickland's going to turn to his defense and say, look, y'all show me y'all can stop him if you need to here. Let's see if we can do it. The thing is, they got a punt, and Dancy is waiting.
And Junction City's going to give them a first down.
Good.
Or they're going to make it close enough. They may consider going for it.
They're going to play.
This is 2 times in a row they've had them in a punting situation and they jumped offside.
Who jumped there? Did you see?
I did not see. It was several of them jumped. This is 2 drives in a row that they put them in 4th down and short. I'd go for it now.
I would go for it now.
Yep.
Well, here we go. They're kind of like on the touchdown down there. You can't get no closer than what it is now.
Yep. This Junction City is a lot of first game mistakes.
Yes, sir.
A lot of correctable mistakes.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing. Yeah. And if you can hear the PA, man, he's pretty loud here. He said Clark back in the quarterback. No doubt the Bucks are going, and you can't blame them. 4th down and about a half inch at the 40-yard line. They're going to give straight ahead. It's a first down.
Got more than enough. That's two series in a row where they've had them punting and we jumped offside.
And Coach Carter, I can tell you right now, not happy.
Willie Manning on the carry.
Again, that's a lot of first game mistakes, correctable mistakes. You want to win this ball game, but again, it's not a conference game. It's not the end of the world. Both teams will come back next week, but you do want to win bragging rights in Union County.
Union County title up for grabs tonight. 1st and 10, the ball on the 46-yard line of Smackover. The Bucks trying to get a little something going here with a little help from the Dragons they have. All right, give to the fullback straight ahead. He is brought down immediately by Armstrong. That was Manning carrying for the Buckaroos. He will pick up about 3 or 4 on that one.
That's been their best play of the night.
Yes, it has.
They get 4 or 5 yards every time they run it.
Max Tree Service. Got any tree trimming needs, any kind of landscaping done, that kind of thing, give Max Tree Service a call. They are a sponsor of the DSN's coverage of Junction City football. Our title sponsor, El Dorado Chemical. We're coming to you from the EDC broadcasting booth. Second and 5, ball at midfield, 5:45 to go, second quarter. Clark in the gun, snap, drops back, throws, he's got a man, and he breaks loose.
Oh, my goodness.
And he may be gone, and he is gone. Touchdown.
Oh, they got him.
Wait a minute, and we got a flag.
Got a horse collar.
Keandre Evans brought him down, but let's see what they're going to do here.
Wayne, if I'm not mistaken, they scored last time after we was drawn offsides on a punt, and they're knocking at the door again.
Yes, they did. Craig, you are correct, and that's what's aggravating. And this is definitely first and goal. This is going to be the ball almost probably touching the white of the line because he brought him down at about the 1, I'm going to guess.
Yes, and half the distance.
And then half the distance.
There's not much.
Face mask.
Yep.
The Dragons.
Okay, face mask. I knew it. Horse collar or face mask.
One or the other. Blazing speed by the Bucks. They answered right back thanks to a Dragon penalty. And it's first and goal. They're marking the ball on the 1, or the scoreboard's saying on the 1, but it's inside the 1. I imagine a quarterback keeper, Craig. Just guess. Nope, they give. And touchdown Buckaroos.
Willie Manning on the carry.
Willie Manning takes it in for Smackover, and with 5:25 to go, we are tied at 12, and a very important extra point coming up.
That shows you what mistakes on 4th down will do.
Yes, sir. Dragons had them stopped and then jumped off sides on 4th down. And about 2 plays later, Craig, I believe it was, they scored. Actually, 3 plays.
And they
the
go
big play, about a 45-yard pass play. Going for 2.
They got
Here's
it.
a give, and
they did not get it.
He did not. A great play by the Dragon defense.
The score, the Buckaroos 12, the Dragons 12.
Wow. That was a great tackle there. I mean, and turned him because he was trying to lean on in, and the tackle turned him out. Great play by the Dragon defense to keep the score 12-12.
Well, and I don't think anybody here is surprised that 12-12 in the second quarter.
If you'd have told me before this game started, said, look, with 5:25 to go in the second quarter, we're going to be tied at 12, I'd say, I'll buy that.
Yep.
I'd buy that.
Yep.
The backyard clash, ladies and gentlemen, living up to its hype so far. 5:25 to go, second quarter. Junction City getting ready to receive. Dancy is back deep. I doubt Smackover will kick it to him. Probably going to be a side kick again as Buckaroos get ready to come out. And Craig, like we talked about a while ago, the crowd, there's still some people walking up.
There's still people filtering in from the parking lot. And
to our right here, it is a nice crowd just mingling around here. And, of course, the south end zone.
And the concession stand, oh, my goodness.
I would not want to be a concession stand worker.
I don't believe I'd
guess, Craig, that the concession stand line is about 35 deep all across.
About 4 or 5 lines.
And about 4 or 5 lines. Yes, sir. All right, Buckaroos ready to kick it here. Our score 12-12. And a squib kick, and this one is
we're going to get that ball on the 46-yard line.
Wow.
We get the ball where it went out if it's past the 35.
Yes, sir.
We should get the ball on the, from my angle, 46-yard line.
Well, here, I'm going to put you on the spot. Now, it's easy to do it because we're standing up here, folks, acting like we know what we're talking about. But why not, if you're going to do that, why not just kick it on down there and take a chance?
Exactly. I guess Junction has the decision, I guess, to either make them kick it or take it where it went out, and looks like we're going to kick it again. They're going to kick it again, okay. Dancy's still standing on about the 20-yard line, and I'm pretty sure he's thinking they're not going to kick. They're fixing to do the same thing. The same thing again, and, yep, pretty well, a little bit better. And we're fixing to miss that ball.
And almost, let's see what we got here. That did not look good at all. Two Dragons bumbling into each other.
You could see that coming.
And now a fuss has started.
Well, if they're trying,
had the ball.
If they're trying to catch the ball, they called a fair catch. They can't hit them.
That's right. They cannot hit them.
They're still talking about it, Wayne.
The officials yeah, they are. The white hat is over there, and this is not good when you see them still.
I'm not so sure they're not going to give it to Smackover.
But if they hit him and he's saying a fair catch, and that's what happened.
That guy saying they're calling for a fair catch.
And now, I guess that's Coach Strickland.
The line judge over is explaining the Strickland is called.
Yes.
He's saying he was trying to fair catch it. And he was. He did throw the ball up for a fair catch. Whether he bobbled it, if you bobble it, you can be hit.
Right.
But I don't know. Whether the hit caught, well, if he'd have hit him, then it should have been a penalty.
It should have been a penalty. That's what I was just going to say. Wouldn't that be a penalty?
Yeah.
The Dragon.
All right. And now, I should say Pulaski Academy because we got the 5 again. Got trips to the bottom here. Holyfield in the gun with Dancy in motion.
Oh,
bad
my
snap.
goodness. They're going to get the ball. They got the ball.
Smackover got it.
Smackover got it.
And that looked pitiful. Bad snap, and Holyfield could not get his hands on it.
Junction City is making mistakes, and they're arguing amongst themselves.
Yes.
That's not good.
That's not what you want to see.
See what the defense can do here. See if they'll step up. See what kind of team Junction City's made of tonight.
That's right. Going to be challenged. You're going to be tested. And this was something that we discussed today on the Carter Bryant Show. There's things that the average fan doesn't look at. One of them is, how well does a team handle adversity? If you didn't see a lot the year before and you run into some the next year, how do you handle it when you're used to taking charge?
Right. That's exactly right.
And the Dragons right now, the game is tied at 12, 5:22 to go second quarter, and the turnover has put the ball on the Dragon 33-yard line. Clark is under center.
Quarterback.
He's got a full house backfield. Straight ahead give, and now we got a flag.
I heard the whistle blowing.
And let's see what we got. Now we got
legal procedure.
Yes, we got some shouting going on from the Smackover coach there. They're talking to the players.
Off against the Buckaroos, 5-yard penalty.
So that'll back them up 5. It'll stay first down, but it'll be 15 yards. Ball on the 38-yard line.
Now.
So from the 38-yard line, 1st and 15, the Buckaroos. They got Jones split to your bottom there, Jordan Jones. Full house backfield. Clark gives, that's going to be, I couldn't tell for sure which Buck that is. He is trying to get some yards and doing a good job of pushing forward, but the Dragons will shove him back. And that was Jones carrying Dwayne Jones.
Armstrong, Jamario Bell.
Bell, Armstrong, Evans on the tackle. Let's see where they mark it.
Sandarius Livingston.
And they shoved him back. They put it back at the line of scrimmage, Craig. No gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
It was 1st and 15. They gained 5 on that.
Oh, that's right. Gained 5 on. Excuse me. I looked at the clock and go, okay, you didn't get anything. So it was a 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 10. And again, the same play. And they've been, you talked about earlier, they've been running that play a lot, just hitting the middle, seeing what they could get.
Matthew Freeman.
Freeman on the tackle. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and let's see how much he got on that. Clock running, 4:25 to go.
I think he got about 3, but they slowed him moving there, marking the ball.
Yeah.
They're down in 8 now for the Buckaroos.
So, 3rd, let's call it 8. Dragon defense trying to make a stop here and get the ball back, and I'm going to go out on a limb. We're looking at 4-down territory for Smackover.
No doubt.
No doubt. Jones split down to the bottom of your screen. Clark looking his way, looking now. He's going to throw it, and it's going to be caught.
Yep.
A good catch by Jones. They're going to mark it at about the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Buckaroos. Smackover showing they got what it takes.
And you can see why Jones is such a good receiver. That was not a well-thrown ball, but the receiver went and got the ball. He went to the ball. He didn't give up on it. Dragon had it defended. All he had to do was turn around. That's
Probably
easy to
gonna make
say.
an interception.
That's easy to say standing up here, but
Yes. Hard to do.
that's right.
Quarterback on the 5-yard.
All right, now Jones is split to the far side of the screen. Buck still in a full house backfield. Clark under center. Here's a toss. That is going to be Dwayne Jones, and he is going. We got
Another
a flag.
Flag on the flag.
Wasn't a buckaroo around. It had to. I don't know
That's
what
what
they're
I'm
going to call.
wondering what that's going to be there. Another
Nah,
flag.
he's calling holding. The rest indication I'm seeing.
Yes, 10-yard penalty. So that'll back them up. 3:38 goes second quarter. Smackover threatening. And talking about Jordan Jones, Craig, just show you how fast he is on the route. He actually started out like he was not involved in the play.
Exactly.
And when he hit the Jets,
Exactly.
I mean, that was a 0 to 60 in 1.5. He was flying.
And again, you those receivers that when it's not a really well thrown ball, but they go get the football, that's what you want to see.
Yes.
They don't just quit because it's not in their vicinity. They go
Right.
get it.
First and goal.
They don't give up on the play. They go
That's
after
right.
it. You like to see that in a receiver.
That's right.
All right, the Buckaroos are back at they're marking about the 15, 16-yard line. First and 10. And now,
Flag on the play.
what do we got now? And this is getting a little bit sloppy here.
The Dragon
5-yard penalty be stepped off against the Buckaroos.
The Dragon defense is not stopping them. The Buckaroo offense is stopping herself right
now, that's what's happening, yes. So illegal procedure, another 5-yard penalty. But, Craig, we say this about Junction. You can say it about Smackover. I mean, now they're on the 25-yard line, but that's 35 yards counting the end zone that Clark can look for one of these speedy Buck receivers.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we see here.
He's on the far side over there.
Yep.
Lined up.
In fact, they got twins
One
to the far
guy
side.
on him.
One at the bottom and two in the backfield with Clark. And that's the way he's looking. Now he throws a nice little play. And
Tackled by number 13, Akeem Gibson.
Gibson on the tackle, about a 5-yard pickup. So second and goal.
I thought that was going to be a big play.
I did too. I really
Second down.
He come up, made a good tackle on
Yard
him.
line for the Buckaroos.
Akeem Gibson coming up fast to make the play. And Junction City, as I mentioned earlier, still doing a little substituting here and there. They're bringing Mason out now to get him a breather. I want to go out on a limb and say Mason ain't been out of the game. He has
I
went
think
both
you're
ways
right.
here, and Coach Carter said, let's get him out, let's get a breather and get him ready for that second half. All right.
Clark in a shotgun.
Clark's in the shotgun with backs on either side of him. Here's the snap. He's looking. He's getting rushed. Now he's wanting to run with it.
Line of scrimmage.
And Junction City swarms them.
Number 30, Jamar Bell. Number 6, Javante Rogers.
Rogers and Bell on the tackle. It's going to be third and goal.
Number 55, Blake McClellan in on the tackle.
2 minutes, under 2 minutes now to go in the second quarter. Third and goal.
The defense had that play defended well, and Clark
Third down.
run out of time and had nowhere to go.
That's it. And he was looking to make a move but could not do it.
Couldn't find an open man.
I'll confess to you, folks, I know nothing about the Smackover kicking game, so I'm going to go ahead and say what I said a while ago. It's 4-down territory all the way.
No doubt.
Twins to the bottom and one single to the top. Third and goal. Clark in the shotgun. Now they split another one out. Clark looking, he's in trouble. They don't wrap him up. Now they get him, and it'll be a loss on the play, and it's fourth down.
Wayne, they still
I was
threw it
just
for a
saying.
loss,
Blake McClellan.
but he still got five yards because they didn't wrap him up.
Hey, I want to sound like the voice of doom every time, but you got to wrap up, and I'm going to blame it on first game. I'm going to say it's first
No
game.
doubt.
Just
No
we
doubt.
got to. We're getting it out of our system because if they'd have wrapped them up on the first one, it'd have been even a little bit bigger loss than what it was. So it brings up fourth and goal. The ball's on the 29-yard line. 1 minute, 10 seconds left to the Union Kennel and Farm Supply halftime show.
So what are they going to do here, Wayne?
Craig, it's got to be in the end zone. I mean, it wouldn't make no sense. Hey, I'm going to try to hit somebody over the middle and set it. You can't set nothing up. It's fourth down. So I'm figuring
Jordan Jones.
They slant them across the middle or just loft it up there and say, go get it. Best man wins. I wouldn't be surprised. And, of course, the Buckaroos coaching staff with their players and Coach Brad Smith doesn't quite get enough credit for the fine job he does with the defense. Coach Smith taking over in 2009, and he has built, as Robbie Lowe, his predecessor, did before him, some pretty salty defenses.
Yes, he has. He does an outstanding job with them.
And that's what right now he was kind of going over some things with them.
Well, another fourth down play. If they jump off sides, it won't be an easy first down.
It won't be no first. Folks, we'll go out on a limb here and tell you it won't be a first down if they jump here.
It'll be fourth down and go for the Buckaroos.
Okay.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
Clark's in the shotgun. He's got twins to the bottom and a single to the top, then a slot man up there also. Now, wait a minute. We got a timeout.